Hey everyone, it's Emily Williams here, the founder of I Heart My Life, and this is the I Heart My Life show. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about preparing your business for massive growth. So this is a concept that I really want to cover today in support of your goals for this year. So oftentimes we do make very lofty goals, and I love that. I love working with women who dream big, but we don't think about whether we're actually ready for that type of growth. So today you're going to learn whether you're ready, and if you're not, how to get ready. Welcome to the I Heart My Life show with success coach Emily Williams. Tune in daily to learn how to design a life you love, create more success and wealth, move past fear and blocks, and bring more joy into your life and business. It's time to create a life that's better than your dreams. Okay, so this topic is something that is really near and dear to my heart because very recently I realized that in a lot of ways my company was not ready for massive growth. So this happened in a very funny way. I was actually thinking about a colleague, someone in the coaching industry you may be familiar with. His name is Maston Kipp, and he runs a company called The Daily Love. And I was thinking about his massive growth and the way in which he was able to grow his company. And obviously, there are many different ways that people grow companies. But I know that one of the things that really helped catapult him and put some eyes on his brand and his work was when Kim Kardashian, I believe she retweeted one of his tweets and obviously was able to reach millions of people with that tweet. And I remember hearing that story and thinking about how incredible that was because I truly believe that there are opportunities around every corner. And as much as we can kind of dictate what opportunities come our way and plan for certain opportunities, there are many things that happen without us really being in control of them. One of my favorite books is called Leveraging the Universe by Mike Dooley. And the author in there, he talks about how we should draw on a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle and have us on one side and the universe on the other side, and we can plan all the things we're going to do to grow and scale and achieve success. And then on the right hand column where it says the universe or God or whatever you believe in, put down everything you can possibly think of that would be out of your control but would cause the result that you desire. So maybe it would be someone retweeting something you share. Maybe it's a referral. Maybe it's some sort of opportunity that you could have never expected, some sort of brand partnership. I don't know, whatever you can imagine. And obviously there's many things we can't imagine that could come to be as well. But I always think about that when we're mapping out our goals. I think about the strategy and what we're going to put in place and what I'm going to tangibly do. But then I also remember that there's so many other things out there that can support my dream. And so my job is just to show up. My job is to be the vessel. My job is to keep the vision. My job is to move forward. My job is to hold the faith. And at the same time, I'm also I understand that there's only so much capacity. And what I mean by that is if someone were to retweet something I put out there or share one of the podcast episodes that I've recorded with someone who had a lot of power, with someone who had a lot of reach, if they were to then put it out to their audience, I often wonder, would our company be ready for that? Would our website be able to handle that? Would we have our opt-ins and our systems and our structures set up to be able to handle that sort of attention? Would we be able to handle that sort of traffic? And the truth is, in some ways, yes, and in other ways, no. And I think it's so important for all of us to be really real with ourselves about what our company is capable of. So I work with female entrepreneurs all around the world. And like I said, I love working with driven women who have really big goals and dreams and want to make a lot of money, want to transform their lives, want to never have to say no to anything. I love that mindset. And at the same time, people come to me and they say things like, I want to fill up my program. I want to work with more clients. And that's all well and good. But if you don't actually have the capacity to do that, then you're going to self-sabotage. So let me share a story that really illustrates this. One of my clients last August, she got on one of our coaching calls and was talking about the fact that she wanted to be bringing in new clients into her company. And she was brand new as a coach and wanted to register her first clients. And so we were talking about this. We were talking about the strategy. I asked her how many people she wanted to bring on board. And she told me, I think it was like 3 in September. And she literally said those words, in September. And I said, okay, well, that's great. You're thinking ahead. But what about August? Because we were only a week into August. And she said, well, I don't want anyone in August. My girls are home for the summer. I'm in a new relationship. I don't really want to be working with anyone right now. And I just I think I laughed, actually. I don't often do that during a coaching session, but I'd worked with her long enough to know that that was okay. And I said, well, of course, that's why no one's coming in right now. You don't actually want clients in this moment. And she kind of fell silent, and she told me that she didn't know whether to laugh or throw up in that moment because it hit her. She wasn't actually ready to take on clients. She wasn't actually in the place or the mindset to bring them in or to call them in. She didn't actually want to be working with anyone right now. And so why would the universe give her something that she wasn't ready for or prepared to even take on in this moment? And so I want you to ask yourself and think about your goals for this year. Think about your goals for this month. Is your company prepared to actually make that happen? Is it actually possible for you to make that happen? Of course, I know anything is possible, but are you already busting at the seams? Are you already completely booked in your calendar? Yet you're saying that you want to bring on more clients or you want to scale in some way. So I want you to really think about making a space for the goals that you have listed out. It's the same thing with dating. So if someone were to want to build a romantic relationship or meet the one, yet they had no time in their calendar to date, that would be a tricky situation. And I would say the same thing to them. You have to create space. So ask yourself, are you prepared? Are you prepared for that massive growth? Are you prepared for your podcast to take off? Are you prepared to take on 10 more clients? Are you prepared to launch a new program or put a new program out into the world? Can your team handle the goals that you have set for yourself? If you are setting yourself up for success, then great. But if not, if you can't actually handle what you've mapped out, then you're going to self-sabotage, because no one wants to fail. No one wants to be overwhelmed. No one wants to be stressed. And internally, you'll know that you don't actually want to reach that goal because the result of reaching that goal is heavy. It's freaking you out, whether you know it or not. Internally, your subconscious does know, and so you will self-sabotage. So I always want everyone to be in reality around what their current situation is. And that doesn't mean that things can't shift. I believe that things can shift very quickly. And I don't actually use that word reality very often because we all know that I don't believe in realistic. And if you're new to my world, that's one of my big missions in life, is to get people out of realistic. But I want you to just think about what your current scenario is. And if you're not able to, with the material, with the team, with the mindset that you have right now, if you don't see, if there's a disconnect between that and your goals, then you just have to ask yourself, what can I do to set myself up for success? What can I do to make it so that this is going to be non-negotiable? What can I do to, again, show the universe or God or whatever I believe in that I desire this to happen, and I'm deliberately creating space. I'm deliberately carving out time in my calendar. I'm deliberately hiring the team. I'm deliberately backing up my website. I'm deliberately creating this opt-in. I'm deliberately working on my mindset. I'm deliberately going to get in shape. What can you do to really set yourself up for success and create this belief that this is non-negotiable and this is on its way? Otherwise, we're kidding ourselves and we will self-sabotage. So I hope this inspires you today. I'd love to hear your comments. Definitely leave a review. You can also follow me on Instagram. We've set up an I Heart My Life show account. I'd love for you to also message me. If this is something that resonates with you, hit reply or hit message, send me a DM on Instagram. We'd love to read all of those comments and see how you're going to apply this to your life and business today. So I'll look forward to talking to you on the next episode. Thank you for listening to this episode of the I Heart My Life show. Please take a second to leave a review. We love reading all of your comments, suggestions, and feedback. And for more inspiration, success tips, and ways to achieve your life and business goals, definitely follow me on Instagram and Facebook at I Heart My Life Now. See you next time.